1 minute. Good evening. We'll get started. My name's Brent McAllister, CEO, Northern Grampian Shire Council. It's my pleasure to declare open and to welcome you to the statutory meeting of Council, to elect the Mayor for Northern Grampian Shire Council and to consider a number of other related matters. I'll chair the meeting until the Mayor is elected. I'd request everyone to stand to observe the affirmation. We recognise the traditional owners of the land. We are inspired by the early pioneers and by those who gave their lives for the country. We now ask God's blessing on our deliberations and on our commitment to build a better lifestyle and environment. Be seated. If you could put your phones on silent, that would be appreciated. Thank you. I also advise that this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on Council's YouTube channel. Whilst all care is taken to ensure your privacy is maintained, please be aware your presence may be recorded. First item on the agenda is calling for apologies or leave of absence. Are there any apologies or leave of absence? No, everyone's here. Thank you. I also advise that apologies from invited guests will be passed on to councillors. The next item is mayoral term. Under the Act, before a mayor is elected, council must decide the mayoral term. The mayor, under the legislation, can be elected for a 1 or 2 year term. Please note there is only just under 1 year remaining in the current term of council. The mayor for 2023-24 can only be appointed for a 1 year term ending on the day of the general election for the council, being Saturday 24th of October 2024. Nevertheless, talking to our governance manager, council still needs a resolution on the mayoral term, albeit it has to be 1 year. So I'll ask for a motion in relation to the mayoral term.
Mr CEO, I move that the mayoral term run until the 26th of October 2024.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I have a seconder?
I'm happy to second that motion.
Thank you. All those in favour, raise your hands. Those against? Unanimous. Thank you. Right, we'll move on to the office of Deputy Mayor. The Council may, it's optional, establish the office of Deputy Mayor. If Council decides to establish this position, the elected Mayor will carry out that election in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020 and the governance rules. I call for a motion in regards to the office of Deputy Mayor.
Mr Chair, I move a motion that we consider the position of Deputy Mayor.
Consider or establish?
Establish, sorry.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder?
I'm happy to second that motion.
Thank you. I'll ask the mover, Councillor Starcevic, to speak to the motion.
Thank you, Mr Chair. We have two candidates that are going to enjoy the opportunity to go through a vote for a mayoral position, both of whom will certainly need some support in the role. We have had a number of mayors over the past at least 3 years who have had some extensive experience, not least of which our soon-to-be past mayor. it would behove us to make sure that we've got the support in place for whoever the Mayor is this term. Thank you.
Councillor Heazlott.
We're one of the few councils that don't actually have a deputy mayor. I think a deputy mayor would make a lot of sense. It shares the workload, and I'm fully supportive of us having a deputy mayor.
Thank you. Other councillors speaking for or against?
Thank you, Mr Chairman. I'd be speaking against the motion, and the reason I'd be speaking against the motion is it's a $11,000 impost on the public purse. I don't think we need a deputy mayor. We haven't had one in my time in council, in this council. I do appreciate that there's been a lot of deputy mayors in other councils, but because there's an $11,000 extra impost, and in my opinion no extra work for the deputy mayor, and I've always thought that you're better off having 6 unofficial deputy mayors to assist the whoever the mayor may well be.
Other speakers?
Yes, Mr Chair. I'll be voting against the deputy mayor for the reasons Councillor Emerson has stated. It's just an extra cost, I think, that council does not need. Thank you.
Any other speakers? Councillor Dempsey.
I've brought this up every year since I've been on council, and always it's met with the same concerns, those of which we move motions all the time for millions of dollars, and it's never an issue. We've talked about things of minimal cost in the past, and then we come to a point where then the next item in a briefing is $300,000 for waste or a car park or a grader, and it's turned a blind eye, so which is obviously things that are necessary. And so to me, the cost of it is really to benefit the community. All the mayors that I've been privy to work with in my time as mayor have say that, as council have say that they always get to the end of the term, and then it's a really difficult time. Councillor Emerson states the 28 meetings per month that he goes to, and the the mayoral role does take on a lot of challenges too, with the travel around such a large shire as well. So really, it's as our finance team has said, it's a drop in the ocean in terms of cost to then support the role of the mayor to actually do their job, and the role, the commentary around being equal 6 deputy mayors is a joke. It's been said several.
Point of order, Mr Chairman.
Yep. Can you call one at a statutory meeting?
Do you want to amend what you're saying, or?
No.
Okay. Carry on.
Back to where I was, which I need to now try to recall. We're not provided with equal opportunities across the board, and it's been argued several times at this meeting 12 months ago and the course of other statutory meetings that we're all deputy mayors. Some quotes. We're all unofficial deputy mayors. We all give equal opportunity for unofficial deputy mayors to assume the position. And I'd be wondering if everyone around this table as well feels that they are provided with that equal opportunity, because I'm certainly not. The committees I sit on, I have no voting rights for. I have to be a backup representative. The committees I try to get on, I'm then argued against at a councillor meeting just to be a backup delegate representative. We have councillors that invite other councils to these meetings that don't invite other councillors as well. And so there's definitely times where I've not been given an equal opportunity, and I do wonder why that is. So I think the argument against that really doesn't carry any weight in my mind. I wonder who in the gallery and those at home would like to see this council be progressive. Raise your hands.
Excuse us, no, we're not having a vote.
No,
Councillor
but
Dempsey. No. Yeah, look, let's not have, you've finished your...
No.
Yes, Councillor Emerson.
This is a statutory meeting to elect a mayor, primarily, and also to have a discussion on whether we have a deputy mayor or not to open up to public decision making.
Yes, yeah, I agree with Councillor Emerson. This is not a public vote, so please just keep.
I haven't asked anyone to speak. No one in the people allowed to clap in the gallery, raise their hands. No one's allowed to speak. I've not asked them to speak. I just think it speaks.
What is the point of order? What is the point of order? He's raised a point of order. What is it?
I think the point of order was asking people to raise their hands at the meeting.
At a point of order, you do need to actually state in the governance rules what it actually is that is the point of order. So I'd like to know.
Councillor Emerson.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I think I've already done that. My point of order is this is not a meeting of people to make decisions for the council.
You need to push your microphone.
My point of order is we're the ones who are making the decisions. We're put here by the community to make those decisions. And the show of hands, in my opinion, is out of order because it's showing that there are people in the gallery, and I'd be the first one to admit that there are people in the gallery that probably are supporting other people on this council. But it's out of order to ask people. It's not a meeting for the community. This is a statutory meeting for the council.
I'm just having my voice heard and making my point clear, so I'll move on. And I would have thought also that we were all elected by the community for the community, but to have councillors say to me that when it comes to the mayoral election, the community don't get a say, it's up to the 7 of us, and that is correct, but I also think we need to listen to the voice of the community all the time, not just when it suits certain agendas. So my point is basically, I think for those reasons, it's very valid that we have a deputy mayor. We provide that nurturing and supportive role from councillors that are experienced to councillors that are newly elected in this role to be able to benefit and thrive, which we haven't seen so far.
Thank you. Councillor Starcevic, do you like to sum up?
Thank you, Mr Chair. I think the effort that I have seen from our mayors in the past warrants direct support. I've been witness to certainly Councillor Emerson and our current mayor and their workload that they have to go through, and that's why I think and have proposed the position of Deputy Mayor be filled. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to the vote. Those in favour of establishing the position of Deputy Mayor, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Those against... Hang on, I haven't finished the vote. Those against establishing the position, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd like to call a division? Yes? Okay, we'll take the vote again. Please raise your hand if you're in favour of establishing the position of Deputy Mayor. Councillor Starcevic, Dempsey and Hislop. Those against, Councillor Grady, Emerson, Irwin and Haswell. The motion is lost. We'll now go to the mayoral election. Council's governance rules state a number of things. Number 1, the mayor must be elected by an absolute majority of councillors, except where there is only one candidate. 2, this must be done by a show of hands. As soon as a candidate receives an absolute majority of votes, they will be declared mayor and no further voting will continue. 3, nominations must have a mover and seconder other than the nominee, and the nominee must accept the nomination. So now go for the vote. A call for nominations of mayor.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Hislop for the position of Mayor.
Do we have a seconder?
Yes, Mr Chair, I'll second.
Thank you. Councillor Hislop, you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Well, any further nominations?
Thank you, Mr Chair. I would nominate Councillor Rob Haswell.
Thank you. Seconder?
Yes, Mr Chair, I'll second that nomination.
Thank you. Councillor Haswell, sorry. You accept the nomination?
I do.
Well done. Thank you. Okay, we'll now go to the vote. We'll take a...
Speak to the motion.
Yes.
I just think it's important to hear from anyone that wishes to speak, especially those that have raised their hands as to why they think they would be suitable for the role. I am nominating Councillor Hislop for a number of reasons. She's been on council now for 2 terms, and this is the 3rd, so we're close to nearly a decade on council. In that time, she's tried to progress her role, put her hand up for mayor several times and not be given the opportunity. She takes the role as a councillor very seriously, and this can be done by, even today, but at each monthly council meeting we go around the room and do a councillor report, and she always provides quite a detailed update of the things she does in the community, the number of committees she sits on, the time she spends travelling around talking to community members, really listening to the voices in the room, representing council on a number of committee positions as well as also undertaking several professional development opportunities to be able to further establish herself as a councillor and as a person. As I've previously mentioned at past meeting today, that we undertook the AICD course together, which was able to further extend our knowledge of good governance, of financial benefit, plus a number of MAV supported opportunities that come up, events and things that occur. So she definitely takes the role seriously, spends hours outside of her normal time to undertake these positions, and I think because of those reasons that she would be a good fit for the job. And as well, we also haven't seen a female mayor in 12 years. I know but that's by the by as well. The argument does state that it is, who's best for the job without bringing gender into it, but how can we not, that's a sort of blatant point to raise that we've had female councillors around the table for a number of years now as best we can, and we're also putting our hands up and not being provided with that opportunity. So I think for those reasons stated earlier that Councillor Hislop would be good for that position. Thank you.
I'm going to go to the vote.
Can I speak as well, please?
Well, there's no provision on the agenda for speaking to...
We have in the past.
Have we?
Yeah,
okay.
There's nowhere in the governance rules that state that you can't.
Well, I think we'd have to have a motion to allow speaking.
Can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
So thank you, Councillor Lauren Dempsey, thank you for the kind words. I've had 2 previous terms experience as a councillor and am willing to stand for mayor. I'm out about a lot, I attend many functions and on many committees and council committees and attend additional meetings always as required. I'd love to be a mayor that people can be proud of. I put in the hard work and I think I've earned the right to stand for mayor.
Councillor Haswell, I think it's only fair that Councillor Haswell also has a right to speak. Over to you, Councillor Haswell.
Absolutely, thank you. I've been on council now for, this is the completion of the 7th year, and I've been very much mindful of my community from the word go. I believe I will make a good mayor. I will be responsible and have an ear to my community all the time and proceed exactly as they would want me to proceed.
Rightio, we'll go to the vote and we'll take the vote in the order of the nominations. So Councillor Hislop was nominated first, and so councillors, who would vote for Councillor Hislop for Mayor? Thank you. 1, 2, you can vote for yourself, by the way. 3 votes. We'll now go to Councillor, in terms of Councillor Haswell as candidate. Those votes for Councillor Haswell for Mayor. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an absolute majority, and so I declare Councillor Haswell is elected Mayor for the Northern Grampian Shire Council 2023-24. Congratulations. All the best, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. All right, as Mayor, I will now call for a motion to suspend standing orders and allow for a number of formal presentations.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and congratulations. I'm happy to move a motion that we suspend standing orders.
Could I have someone to second that motion, please?
Yes, Mr Mayor, I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favour? Carried. All right, we've got a number of informal, so Councillor Irwin.
Yes. I do need a gavel.
You need a gavel, yes, and you've got a bit of a walk.
That one over there. Mr Mayor, I present you with this gavel to sit with you for the next, not quite 12 months, but wish you all the best on your term as Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Irwin. Thank you very much, everyone, all those who support me. Now, I've got to present you with... Yes, I am. Where's the formal one? In the packet. Kevin. This is, do you want me to take it out of the packet? I'd like to present you with this as the gavel and the base that was presented to you at the start of your mayoral term.
Thank you very much. I think I was supposed to say a few words now. Well, it has been a hectic 12 months. Certainly we welcomed in a new CEO, and that was something that was quite different. For a little while anyway. We had an interim CEO and a job well done by Trenton. But I guess one of the key things was to get some housing started, and we've managed to achieve that. Everywhere we go, housing's an issue, and it's on the way. And we should see some new houses being built early in the new year, hopefully, or sometime early in the new year, and that will be a great thing. We also welcomed a new business person to town, took over from Foods, now Thomas Foods, and they will inject quite a deal of money into the town and add to the diversity of stalls. So they're two things that are really, really quite proud of to achieve, and wish Rob all the best for his 12 months. There's a lot of stuff in the wings, so I'd imagine if things come off, cross fingers. Still need funding for some of those things. That certainly some of those are aimed at St Arnaud too. I should not forget St Arnaud. There's new business happening up there, and once again, housing at that end of the Shire too is an issue, and we started to work on that. So hopefully those things can come to fruition in the next 11 months. And I think the Shire is set up. It's a little bit of a two-speed economy. We've got some businesses doing really well. Retail's probably struggling a little bit, but I think that's pretty general. So hopefully we can see some things happening in the not-too-distant future, and Northern Grampians will be a stronger and much better Shire.
Thank you, Councillor Irwin. Now, Councillor Ostarovic, could you please present the former mayor? Yes, the former mayor's spouse with a gift. Julie. Thanks, Eddie. You want to respond briefly?
I'll respond on behalf of my wife. Look, really appreciate the support that you give. You've given that quite a number of years, having been on council for over 20 years now, and 6 times as mayor, and you've been there to support me, and it's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much to you.
I will now call for a motion to resume standing orders.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor. Happy to move a motion that we resume standing orders and complete our council meeting.
May I have a seconder?
Yes, Mr Mayor, I'll second that motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we put that to the vote, please? All in favour? Carried. Yes, that concludes the meeting for today. Everyone, thank you so much for coming.